Hello everyone, welcome to my solo guide for Akkan Gate 1 to 3. So here for the buff, usually you can take run as usual, or for Gate 1 you could go self regen because there's a lot of bleed, or if you need a stagger for the 2 stagger check you could take that, but usually you could use run, and instead of taking the healing effect you can instead take a purify rune and equip it on a skill that you cast often that doesn't really need a rune in it. Otherwise, if you have a cleanse or something, it's useful. A panacea for the first stagger mech is pretty useful. If your class doesn't really have much AoE, you can get a flame grenade or darks if you want. And that's it for battle items. So right when the fight start, it's gonna jump like that, just stay away and then go inside the circle for the safe spot. And then we'll go straight to mech. So usually people go ×3 or ×3+1 for party 2. And then you kill the orb that's next to you. So for me it will be this one at 3 o'clock. And then you just wait. There will be a pulse going outward. And once it reach a bit outside, then use spacebar in the spear and then you live. Whenever you'll both spear like that, you want to stay inside and follow him. If you somehow get yeeted out, you need to use a spacebar or a skill that doesn't get pushed to get back in. A lot of his attack has follow-up, so if he tries to impel in front, if you grab nobody, then in the back it's gonna slap back. So now I'm just waiting for a bit of stagger. For the first mech, like this, you wait for the debuff to go yellow, purify, and then use your stagger on the boss. You can only stagger the boss when your debuff becomes red, and if it's yellow you can cleanse it to go straight to red debuff. So here, gonna slap back because he didn't hit me. Then this mech, somebody with the same color of orb break it. Then after breaking it, you want to stand in front of the boss, get impaled. If you're in a group play, everybody else then stagger the boss. And after that, you break the same colored orbs as under you. So this one is a green one that you break initially at the 144 mech. And then usually if you're in multiplayer, no orbs go to the boss, but in solo mode you just need to break the orbs of your color. Then this one, usually when he lands, this is where you can tie rain. If you time it well, should land 100%, but I do a little bit too much damage, so I have to keep it for the next mech. So here, just be careful. Like this, you can barely see it, but there's a yellow circle, and staying next to the boss is the safe spot. And then this is out, but there's a big red line. Just want to be careful. And this one's gonna slap back, and then that's it. Just push it to 90 bar within the time frame, and that's the mech. And then now it's just run. Be careful not to get hit by those bugs, or else if you get hit too much, you will get paralyzed. So from here, you can see at one side that has like some dust coming out from the ceiling. So the bottom side was clean with no particles, so that's where you want to go. So here just make sure to clean the bugs without getting stunned. Usually in party play, you wanna wait until the water reach this level before going. But in solo mode, you can pretty much go whenever you want. This one he's gonna charge and then slap back so you get some distance. And then gonna strike the floor and do some puddles. This is the same spin where you just wanna stand next to him. Not sure which mech he's gonna do first since I pushed a little bit too much. Alright, he does it in order. So basically this phase is kind of like the first mech, but gonna break the big bug and then kill the small bugs in the meantime. And when the pulse goes outward and the arena is back to normal, like now, that's when you go in the spear. You're always gonna take some damage. This phase, everybody does it. Press E Nana right now, and then that skips most of it. You stagger, and then you get additional damage for the mech. In solo mode, technically you don't really need the Purify on the skill, because usually if I have the green stack and somebody else has the black stack, if we're next to each other, that's when we get bleed debuff. So in solo mode, technically you don't really get it. On this one, usually you can throw a flame grenade. You don't have to if your class has some nice AoEs. And that's it. Every time the bell rings, gonna pop the shield, get in close. If you see Plague Zone stacks, try to get out after 7 or something, and then wait for them to go out. The stacks will disappear. And when the bell ring, gonna go back in. And if you manage to just pop it before, you can just get away faster. If you reach 10 stacks, you instantly die, which is why you wanna usually go out at like 7 stack or so. This one, right when he lands, you can do way like that. Sometimes you do some attacks where he gets staggered, so it's always useful. This one is a counter, so you wait for him to jump. He's gonna change rotation and then counter. I haven't really seen the other one because I kinda went through him real quick. But he has another pattern where he slams the ground a bunch of time. If he stops early, you will have a counter. And then if he decides to continue to take even more time to slam the ground with both his spears, it's a fake one. You just want to dodge, get behind. This part is just kill the ads. You need to fill up a gauge for your class. It's the best time not to waste a stim. Alright. So for this gate, it's usually There's a couple of battle items that can be useful. Destruction bombs can be useful. You can use stealth robe. I will show you how to use that. Darks if you need it. If you're in party play, you can also get someone, usually it's the support, that bring a corrosive bomb for the last phase. It'll be much easier to do. And then all the DPS bring a destruction bomb. Alright, so this one, the beam just stand on the side. It fill up your gauge. That's a counter. So you see under me, I have an eye. Usually if you're in group play, this eye spread from one person to another after the timer ends. So it always, in solo mode, it always go on me. And that's it. So in solo mode, it's not like, you don't really need to worry about that. In group play, you want to worry about it because it gives more gauge. And you don't want to reach plague stacks. Right, so first mech, I will show you the stealth rope strat and then the regular way. So you will see a splendid skeleton like this. You press G to pick it up. And then usually people try to put it over here. Then when you see the red goblin go close, you take your stealth robe and then you start running. The red goblin over there is gonna just stay there until you become visible again. And from afar it's gonna chase you. And then usually do the spit faster, but in solo mode it's slightly different. So then in solo mode you most likely just want to throw the skull in the little circles, because they remove the slow debuff that you get from picking it up until the dial in the middle finishes, and then that's it. And this, you look away, that's the Medusa pattern. This one, when he does this, you want to get away from the middle. In group play, usually when people are on eye level, you want to Inanna, so the gauge go back to 0 for the whole group. This one, you stay out. Or you can also stay in if I recall. This one is out for sure. It's been a little while I've done Akkan. This one, whenever he disappear, black screen, that's a dev slash. So in front of him, over here, he pretty much one shot you. You don't want to be in front. After the mech, if you're close to 120 bar or 110, you're gonna do lantern. You're gonna see skulls, the green skulls, on both his sides. The one that glows, so this one you go right 90 degree, you go right 90 degree again, and then you go back to original position. This one 90 degrees, 90 degree left, so it will be here, and then 180 from the right side. And then that's it. Sometime if the boss kind of twitch a little bit, it can be a 180 instead of a 90 degrees. So you have to watch out for that. Here, there's a special interaction. Whenever he does his dev slash, you wanna Tyrane in front of him, or like looking at him. That's a huge DPS window. And then yeah, he's gonna do some mechs before he does twice the football mech. So you can see in the middle there's kind of a dial. He kind of okay, no, he reset it somehow. There's a dial. That's like a timer. Once it disappears, basically the mech is done. So here on the 12 o'clock, you can see the eye is half colored. That's where you see if it's complete, the mech or not. Now it's 1/4 left. It's almost complete. If it's almost complete, you just yeet the skull away and get ready to fight Akkan. So now the last mech, whenever it goes to 1 bar, you can 100% do the destruction phase without doing a single destruction. You need 3 Tyrann. So you can technically just focus on counters. So this one is a bit easier. You can see pretty much where the counter are. So I do Tyrann, this one is up. They also give more gauge in this phase. Whenever he does a cone like that, you wanna try not to get hit by it. He can do also a circle and some waves like that, where you get heavily damaged if you're on eye level. You wanna pay attention. Alright, that should be the last one. So if you really do null destruction like I did, you don't need to attack. You can just focus on the counters to get Tyrann back. And that's it for Gate 2.
Demon born only to carry life? We could use this.
Alright. So here another time where you can basically just fill up your gauge if you have a gauge class. Alright. So battle items for this kit is very similar, but also in solo mode. You do not need the sacred bombs. So if you play with people, you need sacred bombs so you cleanse them if they ever get stunned. Whenever the boss gets stunned, he will do a death slash like Gate 2, and you need to free them before he one-shot them. So usually people will keep Sacred Bomb, Dark Grenade, and then if you're not sure about some mechs, time stops. Usually people are unsure about the hashtag pattern, but I will try to not kill Akkan too fast so I can show the pattern. Here, you always jump like that, and usually a support want to face tank the first attack. That way, he doesn't have a follow-up. This one, he targets one person 3 times, and then you get in the back. Usually you don't want to spin the boss. It's much better if you don't spin it for party play. Sometimes when he flies like that, he do a counter pattern, but this time he didn't want to. So that's a counter. That's it. The other attack where he hold his sight up and then slam the ground, that's one attack that can stun you, so you want to be careful. And if he decides to hold it for longer, there's gonna be an additional explosion that's way bigger in AoE, so you want to run far. Mech 1, dodge the guillotines. Don't be a hero, just dodge it. And then block the beam that there's no adventure in it, and then stagger. If your stagger is a bit shit like Gunslinger, you will see another round of guillotine. Just don't greed. Do the mech properly. This mech is very generous in the amount of time they give you. And then that's it. Next mech is at 165, if I recall. This one, he attacks one person twice and then backward or the opposite, and then both sides. So you want to be sure after the third attack you want to be in front or the back. This mech, you can technically greed damage, but there's no need. You pick up the purple chains. And then in solo mode, you want to use this adventurer to pass the chains. You want to get rid of the debuff, then take it again, and then run behind Akkan so the chains touch him. Then wait to no longer be silenced, and then just stagger. Next mech is at 140 bar, so this is a counter. He tries to float backward and then has some little particle effect. That's a counter. Alright, so the 140 bar mech. When you're solo, you have a bit more work to do, but it's not too complicated. We're gonna see, so this one is star. So basically I want both laser on the right side to point at the same one left side to complete the star pattern. If it was to be a hexagon, so basically you want the laser to point toward the statue that is counterclockwise. So this statue, you want to aim it up. That statue, you want to aim it at 12 o'clock, and so on. Here, technically, you can Inanna if you're on eye level, so everybody get their gauge back down. But in solo mode, you don't care. Unless you really get caught by so many attacks. This one, you wanna stand in front. If you're in the back, get hurt. This one is a fling back. It's gonna go backward and then slap me again. You just touch it. Teleport. So usually, every time you see him teleport, that's really not good. And then I forgot fucking the hashtag. So basically, hashtag you see is looking towards this side. You first want to be diagonal. Red one, you go away if you have red curse. You want to go away from the in-group play, the other person that has the red curse, or in solo mode, just Akkan. But yeah, you could see him look top left a little bit. So you want to be diagonal from where he is, and then go in the same way as he's looking, or a plus shape. And then you're gonna be safe if you're close to like this circle. But don't go inside the green circle that Akkan is in. So that's it. This one is a big axe. He's gonna drop this if you're in front. Whenever it goes, that's a one shot. Pizza. The skulls are rotating this side. So every pulse, you wanna keep running counterclockwise for this one. I'm gonna show a little bit of lantern after this. So he's looking south. Every time he looks south, you wanna go on the edge of the map. And that's a little bit like bullet hell. Just wanna dodge. These white skull, they fear you and most likely will make you die. You touch them. And then that's it. If you play in party mode, this is what Lantern looks like. You have Q to do a beam. You have W that petrifies everything in a cone. So basically you can just run and then turn around, boom. Everything's petrified and you continue. In hard mode, there's a big goblin that follows you, that fears you. So you basically want to use the petrify, which is your W, on that goblin. And then if you ever get almost full to gauge, you're gonna get out so you don't become diseased in there. Otherwise they do a lot of damage. Next curse, blue. You wanna stay next to the other blue curse. That's it. The green is similar, but you just wanna run on the edge, because when you run you leave puddles. And then black is similar to blue, but you want to stay behind the boss as a counter. Alright. I'm gonna see if he do one more teleport maybe. That's another axe. This one you wanna stay next to him and run clockwise so you don't get hit by the side. The side do a lot of damage, so you wanna be careful. This one, the safest spot is always next to him. That's pretty much it. He teleported south. If you teleport in one of the 4 cardinals, you wanna go opposite and then kill the ads. Do not stand in front of the boss after he teleports, because you'll get one shot. That's pretty much it for all the pattern. So here's the last phase. You wanna stand like on the left, right, or top of him, so you don't take random damage. This phase is a little bit chaotic. Basically, you wanna kill Akkan while killing also the ads at the same time. If there's a beam like that, this one you wanna run counterclockwise. He got 3 different beams. This one that follows 360. He has another beam that is a huge beam in front of him, like that. He also has a third beam where it's on both his sides, like that. So you wanna behind the boss is the safest. If you want to do the special interaction, here you just wait and you win. But I will show you how to do the 1 bar mech. So after he goes 1 HP, you wanna get out a little bit, but not too far, because the arena break even further. And then you wanna Tyrain right now, and just make sure you dodge. And then he needs about 1 more destruction, like that. You need to do like maybe 2 or 3 points of destruction extra, which is why you could technically bring a destruction bomb for this phase. It's very easy, just Tyrain, throw destruction and win. Usually, if you're really fast and don't have side derail up, getting to this phase, they fill up a lot of the gauge back, so you don't have to wait. And if your gauge is almost full, you could always wait and weigh below 15 bars. And that's it. That's the solo mode for Akkan. Thank you for watching, and I will most likely do Voldis next. Have a good one.